Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of Epic Rides, welcome to the 24th annual TMC Health 24 Hours in the Old Pueblo!
We're Sid and Mackie, and we're professional mountain bikers on a quest to race the best and most challenging mountain bike races all around the world. While we did a lot of very difficult races in 2023, like this day with almost 10,000 feet of climbing.
You have climbed 8,000 feet. You have unlocked a Snickers bar.
Or descending these technical trails on the island of Madeira, I think it was our foray into 24-hour racing that challenged us the most.
Feels like a completely insane thing to be doing.
Probably because it goes directly against our shared propensity for 8 to 10 hours of solid sleep a night. But it's important to get out of your comfort zone, and we're back at it in 2024. With not just any 24-hour race, but possibly the most iconic one of all time, 24 hours in the Old Pueblo. And I guess racing 24 hours isn't hard enough because we've decided to forego gears and put together a 4-person single-speed team, which of course means it's time to get the gang back together.
Whose idea was this again?
That would be yours.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure. In this video, we're going to take you through how we prepare for such a difficult and logistically complicated endeavor, from food prep to race plan to cactus avoidance strategies, and of course, the ever important question of single speeding. What's your gear ratio, bro?
We're doing a little brief effort to see how this gear feels.
I've learned, like, don't question it, just like go with it.
Because
it's fine.
what happens when you question it?
You just blow up.
You put a bigger one on it and then you go back to the one that you had.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, good morning everyone. In approximately 1 week, we will be racing 24 hours of Old Pueblo on a team, and not just any team, a team with Lo and Joe, and not just any team with Lo and Joe, a single speed team with Lo and Joe. So, we have a little bit of bike work to do. We didn't really realize that we would be switching bike sponsors when we made the plan to do this single speed race, so basically at the end of the day, we have one single speed, we have 2 people. We're going to convert Mackie's XC bike from last year to a single speed for this race. Hopefully that works. I'm gonna ride his hardtail as a single speed. I'm definitely like the inexperienced newbie on this one. Everyone else has ridden a single speed. I have ridden a single speed 1 time since college. So yeah, I don't know what I'm doing. Don't know how that's gonna feel on the old knees. But we're just gonna wing it. We're gonna do it. And we're not probably gonna ride these before we get down to 24-hour town because this is what it is doing outside right now. Mackie's gonna walk you through what it takes to convert a full suspension mountain bike to a single speed.
I've had to think this through very carefully, and I'm really hoping that I successfully got all the parts. Brief interruption from future Mackie. While we were editing this, I realized it was kind of confusing why we were making such a big deal about single speeding my full suspension cross-country bike. The reason it's harder to single speed a full suspension is that it has suspension, rear suspension. And as the rear suspension goes through the travel, the chain length changes. So you need a chain tensioner, whereas on a hardtail, you can potentially use an eccentric bottom bracket like we have on the hardtail, or you can use a fixed chain tensioner, so one that like locks into a certain spot. And some hardtails even have sliding dropouts, which allow you to move the rear wheel forward and backwards to get the correct chain tension. The plan is we remove this free hub body because it's the Shimano microsplined free hub body. And they make some adapters that you can use to like put a cog on it, but that just seemed harder than just replacing the free hub body with an old school HG free hub body, which all single speed spacers work on. So we're gonna do that. On the bicycle, we're going to install the Shimano Alphine single speed tensioner. So basically it looks like a tiny derailleur, and this is how you can make a full suspension into a single speed. So I'm hoping this will work. Wish me luck. Let's find out. So this right here is the other free hub body. So what we're gonna try, so that I don't even have to take the, oh yep, cassette off, excellent. And we're just gonna pull that. Oh no, I have to take it off. Could just pull it off like that, but I need the end cap. Then we pull off the end cap. Then we pull off the free hub body. Then we compare the free hub bodies. Hard to say.
Have we messed up?
I don't know. Try putting this on. I mean, seems like it works pretty well. Oh, I think it worked. Spacers, cog, 19 tooth, so fairly big. We have it all connected. It works in the shop. Hopefully it works on the trail.
More generally, in terms of bike setup, we're both going as light as possible with Maxxis Aspen tires for fast rolling on a speedy, non-technical course. And of course, we're going to be re-upping our tire sealant and using Stan's race sealant because word has it there are a few spiky plants out there. After getting the bikes ready, the most important part of prep for 24-hour racing is, of course, the food. I expect to be burning about 800 calories a lap, while Mackie will be pushing that over 900. That means a total caloric burn of around 4,000 calories for me and close to 5,500 for Mackie, and that's on top of our basal metabolic rates. This means we will need to be eating, well, all the time. Coach Mike has recommended between 250 to 400 calories during the lap and around 700 between laps, which means we will need lots of options and, of course, lots of carbs. Roasted some potatoes. We made a ton of sourdough English muffins, so we're gonna make breakfast sandwiches. And we also have lots of eggs and tortillas, so breakfast burritos, breakfast sausages. I was kind of in charge of the breakfast side. Lo is bringing a bunch of different pasta renditions. And we've also got a bunch of junk food, potato chips, apples. So we did bring some fruit, gummy bears. My idea for the midnight hours is the cup of noodles, because you can just boil water and pour the water in. Okay, you guys all know how a cup of noodles works, but the point is all you have to do is boil water, and it's hot, incredibly calorically dense, and salty, which not always a great thing, but definitely a great thing in the middle of a 24-hour race. So we're gonna try these, and then we also have Rice Krispies. The thing with fueling for 24-hour racing is you don't know what you're gonna be willing to eat at 3 o'clock in the morning until you get there and it's 3 o'clock in the morning. And sometimes it's cereal, sometimes it's soup. Maybe this time it'll be potato chips or an apple, and like whatever it is that I'm willing to eat after racing at 3 o'clock in the morning, I wanna make sure we have it. The next challenge is getting everything into the car. For a 24-hour race, we definitely find ourselves bringing lots of things we don't normally need, like a whiteboard, for example. Okay, camping gear, check. Charging block, check. Bike lights, camp lights, at least 5 pairs of chamois each, changing towels, extra socks, baby wipes, headlamps, knee warmers, stretching mat, bike rack, A-frame, work stand, comb for cactus encounters, trash bags, 17 gallons of water, AA batteries, and so on and so forth. Ready to hit the road. Got my coffee. It is what Mackie would call 8 a.m., what I would call 8:15. And we're only an hour and 15 minutes behind schedule. He's giving me a look. came to find us, which was good because we were feeling overwhelmed. This is nuts. This is very densely packed. I'm getting excited. Up until now, I've mostly just been
In go mode.
just logistics after logistics. I'm not gonna say stress necessarily, just like a lot of to-do lists. Watch that rock. We got here just in time to set up our tent with the last bit of daylight. It's so pretty out here. We've eaten some dinner. It is time to look at costumes. Oh my god. Aren't they amazing? Oh, it's 2 pieces. Why did I think it was a single piece? This was still good though.
Well, now you can just like let this chest hair billow. It's like a night lap because they light up too.
Oh, they glow in the dark. Oh no, they actually.
They light up.
They actually.
They
light
actually-
up. I can't. Oh, there it is. There it is.
Also an excellent purchase.
Thank you. Look how great these are.
Those are so fun.
We have some
Look
suspenders.
at this outfit. Let's get physical.
That's so you.
Is it not? Morning in the desert.
I have bad news for you.
I know, there's a whole cactus stuck to my foot. The plan is to go do a lap and then probably spend the entire afternoon discussing gear choice.
Beer choice?
Gear.
Gear choice.
Gear,
I was
yeah.
like, well,
I've already heard from multiple parties that I am running too light of a gear. So we'll see what we think.
They don't know what they're talking
Just
about.
my legs feel so bad just coming back from the
No.
porta potty.
remember, you're gonna be doing at least 4 laps
Yeah.
and like spin it to win it.
Spend it to win it. What is this, Lo?
It's like a s'mores Rice Krispie treat. Golden grahams, marshmallows, and dark chocolate.
It's so good.
The treat you didn't know you needed.
Alright, I made it 10 feet and I've already ghost shifted. The double black diamond option. God, this sea goes up so fast. Doggles are great. I love this terrain. Like the choyas, the prickly pears. Yeah, right, exactly. Boink. Oh, that's a fluffy one that's right there. It's like, please pet me. I'm so sweet and fluffy. Mwahaha.
Combining your left gear.
No problem. We're doing a little brief effort to see how this gear feels. Definitely like putting me out of my comfort zone cadence-wise a little bit, but I think it's okay. That's something that Macky's really good at. Super even pedal strokes, super high cadence. Just somehow does like 300 watts at a cadence of like 150, which is beyond me. But okay, that's my effort. I think that's good. After our pre-ride, we headed to the registration tent to pick up our packets and number plates, and then it was time for a super serious team meeting. First topic of discussion, who does the Running Le Mans start tomorrow? This was an easy one, and we all immediately nominated Macky.
So I'm going to run fast, but I want my bike close because I don't want to run any longer than I need to.
We have a couple decisions we need to make. One, gearing, which I think we're all happy. I'm happy with my gear. 32-20.
I felt fairly good on with my gearing today, and I kind of think I might as well go for it. And then if I get some of the laps through and my legs start being annihilated, then I'll just put an easier front chainring on.
What is your gearing?
It's a 36-19.
It's ridiculous. Okay.
It's kind of
Low.
32-21.
And you're happy.
Yes. I mean, I always question it, but I've learned this is my 3rd year to do this, and I've learned, like, don't question it, just, like, go with it.
because
it's fine.
what happens when you question it?
You just blow up.
You put a bigger one on it, and then you go back to the one that you had.
Yeah, exactly.
32-18. That's what I've done once before.
Okay.
Worked fine.
Yeah, it was fine.
Yeah, I could go one harder, but I don't know. I just mainly don't want to take it off and, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
So the next question we have to answer is what order we're going in for the start, and then how we're doing the night laps, which is always the most contentious point of discussion.
Rather than you guys take the first shift, Joe and I should take the first shift.
These laps are going to be longer than
Right.
That's true.
Maybe we should do some math. Work this
I don't
out
think we need to,
sometime. Okay. If we are gonna go AB within couples, should I go second? Probably. Because are we just screwing things up if you go second?
Last year when we did this, I just needed an extra person, and then I went out and had the best lap of my life.
Mackie, Joe, Sid, Low.
Okay.
Mackie, Joe, Sid. Mackie,
Okay.
Low.
What on earth just happened?
Oh, I'm following. I'm picking up what
So
you're putting
basically,
down.
so then we do Joe.
Oh,
Then
and
we do
Mackie
Sid, then we
gets
do
an
Mackie
extra one.
again.
It's gonna be dark by then, babe.
My
Oh, this is
extra
starts
lap
the
in.
AB here,
Yeah.
and then I go, and then you go,
Or
or something like that.
goes Mackie, Joe, Sid, Mackie, Low, Joe, Low, Joe.
Slow down.
Yeah. So delete those two.
Yeah, so now Low goes.
Wait,
So-
wait.
You're
So-
good.
No.
Right, Low.
Oh, okay.
Who am
yeah,
I listening
sorry.
to?
You're listening to Low.
I have the talking stick. Low goes,
Okay.
Joe goes,
Joe goes.
Low goes, Joe goes, Sid goes.
Mackie again, and then Joe. Hour 2, give or take.
I think we need to swap me to go a little bit earlier.
Like this
'cause right
one?
now, yeah, somewhere around there maybe.
Okay, so that's gonna be Mackie.
Yeah.
That's me.
I think
No,
all
that's
these times
Joe.
need to shift too.
Ah!
We're no longer names, we're just letters, so we can swap things easier. I've got more realistic times and lap numbers. It's all in military time.
Excellent. Good choice.
So seeing what we're doing through the 3rd rotation takes us to midnight. We'll definitely each get 2 laps and be done with those by 8 o'clock. Whoever C is, we'll go out, we'll have lights. D will definitely have lights on their 2nd lap.
Who's D?
Sid Low, most likely.
I'm D.
Alright, we can just switch A to Mackie, because we all know that's A's Mackie.
The sun is setting. It is beautiful here, and it is time to set up our lights, make sure everything works, and go for a very brief, quick night ride. Lights. So these. See what I put up with all the time. These are the Outbound Evo lights. These are the ones that are going on the bars. Lots of light. We use these at Frog Hollow as well. We're very pleased. As you guys know, if you've been watching, first night riding experience did not go well because our lights died. What I really like about these is A, no cords, B, much light, C, very bright. That was the same thing. Whatever.
D, easy to take on and off.
Yes. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna put these little guys on, and then it's really easy to take the lights on and off. So that's cool. After a quick night loop to adjust the angles on our lights and make sure everything was ready to go for tomorrow, it was time for a delicious dinner and, of course, an early bedtime.
Chicken, pesto, potato, green bean pasta.
Tomorrow, the real fun begins. We'll be back next week with that story, and believe me when I tell you, It's about to get real, and this is one you are not gonna want to miss.
Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of Epic Rides and our incredible event staff, welcome to the 24th annual TMC Health 24 Hours in the Old Pueblo!
290 calories of pure carbohydrates and salt.
So fun news, somebody picked up and rolled off with Joe's bike. The bike is pretty unique and it has custom red decals with tiny, tiny little penises on it.
It's kind of an emotional roller coaster. I'm having so much fun. Actually, I really am.